Imagine this for a second. You're standing alone on a massive empty runway just before sunrise. The air is cold. The sky is quiet. In front of you sits a machine so secret, so powerful, that most of what it does is never shown to the public. Behind you, on a perfectly smooth strip of asphalt, is another machine built for one thing only: absolute speed and precision. One belongs to the sky. The other rules the ground. And today, we're putting them face to face. What if I told you that one of these machines can turn invisible to radar, break the sound barrier without making noise, and decide the outcome of wars before the enemy even knows it's there, while the other can corner at speeds that would knock a fighter pilot unconscious, react faster than human thought, and cost more than a private jet, just to shave off 1/10 of a second? Now here's the question that should already be stuck in your head. Which one is truly more advanced? Which one pushes human engineering further? And if both were unleashed at full power, which one would feel more unreal to experience? Picture this. The F-22 Raptor lifts off almost vertically, disappearing into the clouds like it was never there. At the same time, the Red Bull RB19 screams down a racetrack, glued to the ground like gravity itself is afraid to let it go. One machine dominates the airspace of entire nations. The other dominates every inch of asphalt it touches. One is built for survival in combat. The other is built to win by the smallest margins imaginable. And here's the crazy part. They were both designed by humans. Engineers. Designers. People who sat at desks and said, "Let's build something the world has never seen before." If you think this is just about speed, you're wrong. If you think it's about which one would win in a race, you're missing the point. This is about two completely different ideas of perfection. Two philosophies of power. Two machines that represent the absolute peak of what humans can build in their own worlds. So don't blink. Don't skip ahead. Because by the end of this, you won't just see a fighter jet and a race car. You'll see what happens when imagination, money, science, and obsession collide. Let's start in the sky. The F-22 Raptor is not just a jet. It's a flying ghost with teeth. It was created for one reason: to dominate the sky before the enemy even knows a fight has started. When engineers designed the F-22, they weren't trying to make something fast or flashy. They were trying to make something unbeatable. The shape of the F-22 looks strange on purpose. Every angle, every curve, every sharp edge is designed to confuse radar. Radar waves hit it and bounce away instead of coming back. That means enemy systems struggle to even see it. To them, the F-22 might look like a bird, or nothing at all. Inside, it has two incredibly powerful engines that can push it past the speed of sound without using afterburners. That's called supercruise. Most jets need to burn insane amounts of fuel to go supersonic. The F-22 does it calmly, like it's just cruising down a highway. This lets it fly faster for longer while staying stealthy. The pilot doesn't just fly the F-22. The jet thinks with the pilot. Sensors all over the aircraft collect data from radar, infrared, satellites, and other aircraft. The jet turns all that chaos into a simple picture on the pilot's screen. Instead of being overwhelmed, the pilot sees the battlefield like a video game map. Its weapons are hidden inside the body so they don't mess up its stealth. Missiles, guns, and advanced systems stay tucked away until the exact moment they're needed. And when that moment comes, the F-22 can strike from angles and distances most enemies can't even imagine. But this power comes at a price. The F-22 is insanely expensive. Each jet costs well over $150 million, and maintaining it is a nightmare. Special coatings, constant checks, highly trained crews. It's not built to be practical. It's built to be perfect at one job. Now let's come back down to earth. The Red Bull RB19 is not a car in the normal sense. It's a land-based missile with a steering wheel. Everything about it exists for one purpose: to be the fastest thing on a racetrack. Unlike the F-22, the RB19 doesn't try to hide. It screams for attention. Its engine is a hybrid system, mixing a turbocharged V6 with electric motors. That means brutal acceleration combined with insane efficiency. When the driver presses the throttle, the response is instant, violent, and precise. The real magic, though, is not the engine. It's the air. The RB19 uses aerodynamics so advanced that the air literally pushes the car into the ground. The faster it goes, the harder it sticks. At high speeds, it can generate more downward force than its own weight. That's why it can take corners that seem physically impossible. The driver sits inches above the ground, surrounded by carbon fiber stronger than steel. Every vibration, every movement, every millimeter matters. At 300 km per hour, the driver is making decisions in fractions of a second, under forces that crush the body. Unlike the F-22, the RB19 is not designed to last decades. It's rebuilt constantly. Parts are replaced, upgraded, optimized. Every race is a test. Every lap is data. If something gives even a tiny advantage, it's worth millions. Now, when you put these two machines side by side, the contrast is shocking. The F-22's top speed is far higher, breaking Mach 2. The RB19 would look slow in comparison on paper. But the RB19's acceleration and cornering would feel alien to a jet pilot. One lives in open sky. The other fights gravity every second. The F-22's technology is about awareness, stealth, and dominance. The RB19's technology is about control, precision, and efficiency. One is built to survive missiles. The other is built to survive milliseconds. Cost-wise, the F-22 is a national investment. The RB19 is a competitive one. Both burn money, but for different reasons. Maintenance for the jet is about safety and secrecy. Maintenance for the car is about performance and winning. In the real world, you'll never drive an RB19, and you'll never fly an F-22. They exist beyond normal life. They are expressions of what humans can do when there are no compromises. And that's the part that should leave you staring at the screen. One machine exists to control the skies and protect nations. The other exists to prove who is the fastest on Earth. Different worlds. Different rules. Same obsession with perfection. So the next time you hear the sound of a jet overhead or watch an F1 car disappear into a corner, remember this. You're not just seeing speed. You're seeing the limits of human imagination being pushed in two completely different directions.